In this how-to video for the stylish cost calculator, we're going to be looking into how to use AI to personalize the email that goes to the user. So for example, in this case, if we have lawn care um, services and we want to send a personalized message to the customer, then this how-to video is going to be for you. The first thing we're going to want to do is turn off this going to the user. So we would go to our calculator settings and we would go to email settings and just go to admin only. If you don't want the admin only because there's no option here to turn it off completely, you can use email filters to automatically delete the email. But for now, you can either go to admin and user, which is default user only, or admin only. And in this case, we want to do admin only so your user doesn't get the automated email from our system. Then after that, you're going to have to go into the integration settings and follow the Zapier or Make.com integration tutorial in order to get the quote into a system like Zapier or Make to then connect to ChatGPT, which will then send the email. So step one will be to disable emails to users. Step two would be to link SEC to either Zapier.com or Make.com, and you can use any other one because we do have a custom webhook setting as well. Under the right here, you can use custom webhooks to trigger for email forms. Right here, as you can see, which then that allows you to use any system. You don't have to use Make.com or Zapier.com. But we do have integration modules in these in Make.com and Zapier.com, which is going to make it much easier for you. So we're going to go to Stylish Cost Calculator, set up that module. And then you have to create a new connection here or use an existing connection. And there's plenty of tutorials on that. So for this example, we're going to be doing the lawn care and installation example. And we're going to create the connection, and then we're going to use our website. And then the API key, I won't be able to show that to my screen. So I'm going to pause the video right now, but basically you get your API key from here. After you're done getting the API key, it's going to return all the stuff, and you're going to want to then do pick your calculator form. So each webhook connection here is at the calculator level. So if you have more than one calculator, you'd have to do this logic for each calculator. Okay, so now we're going to want ChatGPT, and we're going to want to send a prompt, create a completion prompt, or just a chat, actually. So we click here. Max tokens. Okay, so I would most likely use the mini model because it's much cheaper and it does a fantastic job. But you can also use the 0806 or 40 model as well, and maybe just do 2000 max tokens or even 4000. Doesn't matter. I mean, these models are so cheap nowadays. Shouldn't really even matter. So we're just going to go into here and into the system role. You're going to suggest that you are an expert customer service representative for Best Lawn Care Services in Ohio. A lawn care service provider. So something like that for the system message. And then for the user message, this is where we're going to be basically placing all the data parameters. So you say something like, provide a personalized message to this potential customer who filled out a quote form. You can say something like, make the message only one paragraph long and make it persuasive. You can say, with use HTML, use email HTML, make it easy to read with styling. Okay. And then user quote data, and then you can do something like that. And then you can just start saying name, right? What else? Total, total estimate, price. Then you put in the total, press enter. All the information that you think is relevant for the user. Um, services requested, and then you put in all this stuff here. Maintenance, front yard, backyard, right? And you're going to want to um, probably even give ChatGPT maybe like what those inputs are. You're going to want to put something like that. So if the person doesn't choose front yard, then it's going to be blank, but it gives more context to the AI that it's going to be blank. So I'll pause the video and I'll do the rest. So yeah, it is a little bit laborious to have to, enter in all these variables, but you can always duplicate this calculator form or this module with make.com quite easily, so you don't have to redo all this effort if ever you need to tweak or do this again. And yeah, as much as this, it only takes about 10 minutes. It's really not that laborious, but it's worth it for it to be automated for the rest of your life. It's well worth the little bit of work that we have to do in order to get there. So we're pretty much ready. And now this is where we can send the email. So here we put in our email stuff, your email quote. I would do something way better now. I would get ChatGPT to optimize this to make sure that everything is sounding good. Because your email quote is just a little bit too, I don't know, too bland. And then this is where we're going to put the response. So the result from ChatGPT is going to go into the context. Now you can add more stuff like hi, Mr. whatever, right? You can add more stuff and then have the result there. But for now, let's save this and let's trigger a test. So I just triggered a test by doing a test email here. And yeah, so let's see. Let's see what happens. Ooh, everything went by. Let's see what the email looks like. Well, actually, first let's see what the response is. Dear John, perfect. Oh, okay, so I gave this weird, I don't know if you noticed this, but I gave an HTML at the beginning. You might have to work with an automation expert to get this out of there. You can parse it out or just reach out to make.com. But basically, thank you for requesting a quote. We're excited to rejuvenate your lawn, blah, 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 blah. So, oh, it even has the total price there. I forget what my total price was. I think it was around that, if I'm not mistaken. I think I chose front yard. Let's see. Yeah, it was around the 288, so that's perfect. So it actually got that correct. So that's awesome. They're ready to now. This is still kind of very generic looking. But where I think the AI is going to shine is when you ask information, right? So, like in your cost calculator form, if you have some kind of like user input box, the comment box here where you're like, describe what you want, describe your house, describe what you like. Let's say you're a web designer and you're like, how can I make your business better today? And the person's like, I want you to do XYZ. this is where that information going into the AI is going to make a huge difference for that personalized message. So my example today might not be the best example for how powerful this can be, but this idea can be very powerful if given the right circumstances. Uh, so yeah, this is the end of this video, but I noticed there was a few spelling mistakes in my calculator form here, so I just want to bring attention to a cool feature that we have called Calc Form Optimizer, which will look at all your input fields here and suggest better titles. So where did I see us? Right here, installation. In Canada, we use installation with two L's. So that's this is the British way of doing it or the American way of doing it. This one here is not capitalized, so it's suggesting some capitalization. Um, yeah, so just to let you know that we do have a cool AI features here. The SCCAI wizard is quite the tool. The new element suggester version 2 that we just released can actually inject the suggested modules right into your cost calculator form. So before phase one, when we came out with the AI wizard, it was only able to suggest what to do, and then you had to click here, add element, and you had to click the stuff and add the stuff. We've went one step further, and it will create the calculator form for you and add the inputs for you and all the elements and all the items inside each element. So yeah, this is coming out at the end of September. So we're very excited about that. The AI powered setup wizard is remarkable, by the way. It's a quiz. It's a 5-step quiz that asks you a lot of questions, but if you give it enough context, it will also spit out this gigantic setup wizard to help you set up your entire calculator form. And in October, the setup wizard will be able to again create the entire calculator form for you, so you don't have to step by step add them. So very exciting stuff coming out in the AI field for us, and we spent almost a year building these AI features. It was a long time coming for that, so we do hope that this brings a lot of value to you guys. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. If you want any more kind of how-tos and tutorials, reach out to us and let us know how we can make things better for you. Also, I do want to point out though that if you do go to help.stylishcostcalculator.com and you look at the use cases, we have several use cases here. Lead generation, product quiz, product recommender, self-generating quotes. All these use cases here have some of them have videos, quite extravagant videos showing you exactly what to do. So bear this in mind that we do have an extravagant help desk with videos, tutorials. I think we have over 250 help desk articles in total. So do utilize this search feature right here to figure out how you can take a best advantage of our features. We have over 55 features. We spent 7 years building this app with over 13 developers, and most people don't really know the full power of what this app can do. So do see how this can revolutionize your business today. And we wish you the best with your lead generation and self-generating quotes.